All right. Welcome, everybody, for the second episode of Symphony of Tyranny, brought to you by our one and only DM, Revion. And I'm
Hello.
sure some of you may have noticed that there is a box missing from the screen. Um, Unfortunately, Sam was not able to make it this time due to a power outage. Hopefully, they will get that fixed soon. But until then, the stream will continue on.
Yep. Yeah, she said her internet is out, and we're unsure if she will be making the session tonight, if at all, really. So if not, then I will be taking control of her character and for anything that will be happening and rolling. Um, so let's go ahead and get this started. Just a few introductions on our players and who is playing whom. There is TJ.
Um, Hello, I'm Solaria. I had to move my mic closer because when I use this voice, it's very soft.
SAWFT soft.
Soft.
Wonderful, wonderful. Do you prefer girlfriend or fiance?
She prefers fiance. Careful.
Wonderful fiance. Who plays Lunaria?
Hello, I play Lunaria.
Quick and simple. Got it. Uh, there is well, our avian barbarian who gives no mercy and takes all names. Rhiannon.
Yep, I'm Rhiannon. I play Polly, the Kenku Barbarian.
We
Or
have
better.
we
For
have our
copper.
resident tiefling sorcerer, played by our own Jeff.
Yep, that would be me. I'm Jeff, and I'm playing the sorceress, Disara Violet.
And last but certainly not least, our very chill gnome, Larry.
Yeah. Nim I am.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give a small recap. After coming to the city of Core, the players went about their own devices, really exploring the town. Lunaria and Solaria were reunited, and presumably did some catching up after Solaria was done with helping out at her church's little stand that they have at the local market. Um, and Polly got into one of the crazier events where she absolutely, or he absolutely brutally killed a drunken orc that didn't.
Self-defense.
Yeah, yeah, in self defense, admittedly.
All over
Who
for
took it a bit?
copper.
The orc took it a bit too far with both the alcohol and his anger, so
Yep.
he paid the price on both.
I was just gonna beat the shit out of him, then he pulled out that great axe and it was on.
Who knew 4 copper would lead to his death?
I hope it was worth it.
To be to be
Oh,
fair,
it
it was
certainly
his
was not.
attitude and not the copper.
I mean, after all the drinks he had, it was more like 2 silver.
Yeah, fair. Um, Samhain kind of more just hung around with Polly after that. Didn't like his personal goal aside. He didn't really end up doing anything too notable. Not that I could recall, anyway. Desara met with a underground contact, trying to get some information on a person that she is looking for. Um, and Niman, just he was pointed the way of the captain of the guard regarding a matter of in the Nixus forest outside of the city's walls nearby. And then later on, uh, all the players were invited to a concert played by a mysterious figure, at, and they didn't know of his name at the time. But when they attended, they were each given a personal, their own little warning on to wear earplugs and not to listen to the music. The only one who didn't really do that was Samhain, um, but and that ended up working out in the end anyway. What they ended up finding was that during the concert, that the song that the masked violin player um, played on it to the audience was somehow magically casting a spell throughout the entire auditorium and mesmerizing the occupants. And since the party was the only ones wearing their earplugs, they were unaffected. However, that did not mean that this did not go noticed, since as they were exiting the auditorium to meet out at the courtyard by the same person who warned them, the masked violin player did notice them leaving, and it was Nimin really who felt a chill go up his spine um, when he stared into the slits of the red glowing slits of the porcelain mask the player was wearing. And we left off after the person who warned them introduced himself. His name is Arlen, and this is where we shall begin. So the party will see I would say, an above average tall man, human, dark brown hair, kind of long, goes to about a little past his shoulders, kind of, don't want to say curly, but kind of slick as well. Goatee, and very bright blue eyes. He looks, I'd say, late 20s, early 30s, around there. So kind of youngish, but not not a whippersnapper of any sort. And he seems to hold himself with his with confidence in the way he stands, his and just how he appears really. His outfit is more made for stealth this like for the moment. So all he's like his clothing underneath the large black cloak he's wearing with a hood that he previously had over his face does look fancy enough. So as he said before when he introduced himself the last session, he's the mayor of Core. So with that position, he has a bit of opulence going around for him as far as the tailor-made like vest, the long sleeve that he has under that the finely pressed pants as well, and the very nice leather boots. So
Now,
he'll turn to the party. I am Arlen Grimsbane, the mayor of Core. Please, would you all follow me to my office, and I'd like to, well, get more of a proper welcome to my city, and hopefully explain what it is that just happened in the Opera House.
of course, Mr. Mayor, lead the way.
I will nod.
Any objections? If not, then
No objections.
cool. So, you all follow him to his office, which is let me move myself actually to the city map because I'm in the world map. To the manor. No, not that one. I should have numbered these differently. There it is. The mayor's house.
All right.
And it's not the biggest building in the city, but large enough. About 2 stories high, red roof, white white walls. They don't look freshly painted, but looks like it's cleaned well enough frequently. You all are led up the into up the stairs when you enter the building. Everything looks very nice. I wouldn't say opulent, but well crafted. Like the furniture is made of nice wood. Any desks that are around for any secretaries that he's got, very sturdy, very nice. They got a nice glossy finish. But it doesn't seem like anyone's around at the moment inside the building besides him. So he just leads you up into the second story, leads you to where his office is, and he has like enough chairs inside the office itself for everyone to sit down at in front of his own personal desk. He'll take a seat, steeple his fingers just like this. Oh, that was Rhiannon. Oh dear.
Somebody die.
Yep.
Yeah, that was Rhiannon. Temporary pause just because I don't want her missing anything meaningful. Her Discord crashed. That's what happened.
Okay. So Polly should be returning shortly.
All right, just booting up. She's gonna boot up Discord again when she can. Well, dang. Okay. I can't. Oh, there she is.
Yay.
You all good?
Yeah, just looks like my internet decided to bloop out for a second.
What was the last thing you heard?
We were walking into his office. I heard about like the white walls and stuff like that.
Okay. Wow. That was just me describing the outside of the building. The inside was it's nice enough. Nothing extremely fancy, but all the furniture is nicely crafted and everything. Nice opulent wood. Any desks rather sturdy, glossy finish and all that. He took you guys up to his office, pulled up some chairs before taking a seat at his own desk, and that was where we saw you disconnect.
Understood.
So he will steeple his fingers. First off, I'd like to apologize. That is not how I usually like to come across to any newcomers to my city, but the situation itself was not exactly planned. So, first off, my name is Arlen Grimspan. I'm the mayor of Kor. And what you just saw is an investigation I've been undertaking in order to try and solve for the last couple months now. This violinist, as you saw, his music has been literally capturing his audiences through some sort of sorcery that I'm not familiar with. He's only been to cities that meet a certain population size, so any of the major cities inside the entire country itself. I've been trying to follow him around and come up with any sort of answers as to why he's even doing this to begin with, but sadly my investigation has turned up little fruit, unfortunately. The only thing I have been able to do is figure out that not only is he targeting cities of a certain population, but he always targets them on a. He always plays a concert on a specific day in a month, specifically the 6th of each month. Couldn't tell you why. I have yet to figure out any major clues, but
Stephen or Revion, if I may, are there any religions that use the 6th month or the 6th day of the month as any holy days in the area? If I may roll some type of religion check or something.
Go ahead and make a roll. Yeah. Religion, please.
Shit.
None that you're immediately aware of. Like you're pretty sure that if you were to do some actual research, you might be able to find something, but off the top of your head, nothing really.
Niman will look up at the mayor and say, "Well, thanks for the heads up, Mr. Mayor. Really appreciate you looking out. Name's Niman. I'm a paladin in training with the Selesnya Conclave. I'm actually in the area on business myself, investigating some supposed dark dealings over in the forest to the north. I met with your head guard earlier today."
Oh. Well, it's certainly not often we get anyone from the conclave itself. Certainly not a. Forgive me. I believe this is the first time I've met a gnome paladin before.
Yeah, there ain't very many of us.
Well, I'm sure your cause is virtuous enough, and I wish you luck with any goals you may have for yourself. So you're Niman, correct?
Yes,
Can you
that I am.
explain a bit more? Can you explain a bit more about this forest situation?
Well, we don't know too much offhand, but we believe that there could be a vampire lord hiding in the forest, spreading some sort of toxic miasma. It's just rumors right now, but that's why I'm here, is to investigate and see if there's any truth to them.
Well,
The
I'll definitely
Sisters
be.
of the Raven Queen were never made aware of this, but you will have our help in such a matter.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'll also be instructing the guards to keep an eye out. I may even send in a contingency or two to help you along with your investigation, since this forest is nearby my city.
I greatly appreciate it,
Therefore,
Mr. Mayor.
And if I
It falls within my jurisdiction, so it'd be very irresponsible of me not to try at least and verify anything.
And if I may, Mr. Mayor, considering that you are the leader of this city, was it possible to not ban this concert or have your guards take down flyers if you had been investigating this for some time? Could there have been any preventative measures done?
This was something I was not exactly proud of, as I didn't want. I had at least. So let me backtrack a bit. I have been trying to, at least after I figured out this pattern of this violinist, I did try warning any of the other larger city mayors in the continent. But since I didn't really have significant proof, other than having witnessed it, due to my younger age compared to them, I was not believed with my story. So, in regards to my city of Core, I did at least warn my captain of the guard, but it was odd. The concert itself, having not shown up on any of the, it was not come. No one came to me for approval or anything. it was just seemingly set up as if out of thin air today, actually.
When I
So
arrived in the city, it seemed to have very quickly spread by word of mouth. Everyone, that was all everyone talked of all day.
yes, I even spoke with my gate guard, and he was pretty much the one saying about talking about the invites constantly, which I didn't recall any sort of concert being set up at the Opera Hall. So this, of course, disconcerted me, and immediately I drew conclusions as to whom was going to be playing. I
Hmm.
I didn't
We're
have
gonna
a
give
whole
them a
lot of
friendly suggestion, is what my Kinko will say.
ah. Uh, sorry, I don't believe I asked for your name. Who might you be?
Polly.
What do you mean by that, Polly?
Mm. The gate guard was the primary one giving out information about the concert, even though I had never heard anything of it. Friendly suggestion.
Hmm.
Enchantment.
Yeah, I'm thinking that as well. I just can't think of anyone off the top of my head as to why they would even do so like so quickly. But like I said,
My
this
Kenku will put his arms up like he's holding a violin, play it, and then you'll hear like the tune of the violin that was being played erupt from his mouth, and then just kind of like point to the invisible violin in his hand.
Speaking of which, where is this guard now?
I believe his shift has ended by this point. He's probably either um, using his free time for himself or at the barracks.
Well, I think it would be a good idea to talk to him to see if he knows anything, if he was the one spreading um, this concert.
Indeed, as well as finding the significance of the sixth.
Yes, it would be. That seems to be at least something to go off of, and if we figure that out, then it may lead us to more of what this individual is really planning on. This leads me to the other reason I called you all here to meet with me in my office. I cannot do this investigation alone, and seeing as how you have witnessed firsthand what exactly it is I have been investigating, um, I would like to hire you all and help me in stopping this possible menace before he's able to really get to the high point of whatever it is he's planning.
Well, Mr.
I will
Mayor,
have to seek.
you agreed to help me. I believe one good turn deserves another.
Well, I
I
would have
will.
done this anyway, seeing as how it's within my jurisdiction regarding Nix's Forest.
Right.
You making you looking to make some birds sing or some wolves scream?
I do not know the metaphor from which you draw, but I'm just hoping to stop any possible mm, wicked plot that
You'll see
may be occurring.
you'll see Polly kind of like scratch at the under end of his beak and think over it again and say, "Are we going in all quiet like, or is it okay to break down some doors?" And he says this in a very deep, gravelly voice.
God, I love Polly.
Yeah, the important questions.
Yeah, Arlen will kind of just like with the voice change appear just slightly surprised. Doesn't really show too much, but he's just kind of a bit taken aback at the sudden tonal change. But
I like this bird.
he'll compose himself. I suppose I'll leave that to your party's discretion, really. I
Well,
will.
uh, Mr. Mayor, I am no adventurer, but I will seek permission from my mother superior to assist with this task. It
Ah,
seems a grave. Something bad is happening, and I will seek permission to help.
well, just to help convince her to gain her permission and hopefully your help. He'll take out a small piece of parchment, start scribbling down on it with a feather pen, and then I'll hand the parchment over to you. Give her this letter. It's it'll have it has my signature, and now he places a wax seal on it, and now my seal. So hopefully that could at least convince her of how dire I am in need of your assistance. All of your assistance, really.
It was more of a formality thing, but I think she will appreciate the gesture.
We have a very good relationship with the Order of the Raven Queen, and I'd like to think that it's a good policy to treat them with respect, as they have treated us. Speaking of, I believe there's someone near the back there that I have yet to be introduced to. He'll point over to Desara.
Ah, yes. You can call me Violet. That's my surname.
Okay. Uh, do you happen to be a tiefling?
Why,
Glaring
yes.
daggers.
That won't be a problem, will it?
Salario's glaring daggers at whom?
Yes,
At whom?
the tiefling.
Uh, anyway, Arlen merely shakes his head and chuckles. No, no, of course not. I do not hold any prejudices against you or your race, uh, merely for the fact of some unfortunate happenings of, the past, really. I'm not exactly big on treating one harshly just for something they had no control over.
My Kinko, yeah, my
Okay.
Kinko will nod and look at uh, Violet as they've introduced themselves, as and say in that same low, gravelly voice, "Sharp tongues, sharp blades, sharp magics, all good things to have on the sea."
Yeah. Um, Desara, you will actually hear like a deep rumbling chuckle inside in your head. If only if only he knew exactly who he was speaking to.
Damn, Steven, did you smoke for 10 years to get that voice down? Holy shit.
I tried practicing it. Yeah, I was hoping for it, so I'm glad at least it made some approval. Um, do you have any sort of response? You are able to reply back by talking mentally, really. No. Uh, I wonder. Yeah, all right. Uh, I'll leave that as a out of character because he does hear your thoughts too. Really, very true. Anyway,
I have a quick question.
yes.
I'm gonna activate my. Hold on, let me double check if it works for devils before I say that I'm gonna do this.
But yeah, there's like a foot of snow out there.
Really?
Nope.
A foot?
I'm not gonna activate it because it's only undead, so I won't activate it. I'm not. It's not a full paladin sense, but it's similar to that.
Oh, all right. Anyway, Arlen will lean back after he's done giving the letter to Solaria and everything. And talking with Violet. Um, so I suppose this is where I talk about your payments. Really, I know that Sir Niman here is would be helping out, but I definitely don't want to have the rest of you go underpaid for any assistance you might have helping me with this investigation. So, for every substantial clue that you are given back, I will each give you a decent sum of gold, depending on the just I guess the weight of what you discover. The reward will be varied, but I can at least offer some form of steady payment in that regard as well, outside of any other jobs you may be doing in the meantime while you're helping look for this masked violinist or any plots that he might also be doing in any of the other cities in the continent. Since Core is without a doubt not the only place he's visited, and certainly won't be the last.
Our ships don't sail with a hungry crew.
That one I do understand, and it is very accurate. So, as thanks for your assistance, I would like to all put you up for the night at the best tavern I have in the city. I can only promise it for the night, seeing as how it's even a bit expensive for me. But um, think of it as me being grateful, really, for finding some individuals who are willing to help me out and ease my burden somewhat.
Your kindness really does know no bound, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, please.
I appreciate the offer, but I must return to my church.
Oh, yes, of course.
Let's make the most of this booty.
I will note if you guys choose to partake in any alcohol at the inn, um, that will have to be on your own time. I unfortunately like I said sorry, the rooms themselves are kind of a bit costly even for me. So if you choose to drink and have a good time, that's on you. But I'll at least try and tell the owner to I don't know. I guess see if they can give you some sort of discount at the very least if you choose.
Well, thank you. I probably won't be drinking, but I will definitely keep that in mind.
Well, then he'll stand up from his chair and go around to stand in front of Niman, and he'll reach a hand down.
Yep.
It was very lovely to make your acquaintance, and then he'll go to each one of you, shake hands like that, bowing.
I will perform a bow.
Oh, he's like, we don't do that here. Sorry, but
I will very heartily take his forearm instead of his hand and bring him in to a warrior's clasp and pat his back and then take a step back.
he's when you bring him in like that, he's definitely surprised, but he goes along with it kind of awkwardly, like.
How slight does he feel under my hand? Well, under my feathered hand. Like, does he have a light build?
Lean, kind of lean, yeah. Like with his clothing, it's not real easy to judge, but he does seem to have like some amount of fitness going for him at the very least, from what you are able to tell.
I'll nod and I'll say in that deep, gravelly voice, "At least the wind won't blow you over in a storm anymore."
He'll just stare at Polly strangely for a moment or two. I think it's gonna be quite the task in understanding the way you speak, but can't say I'm not somewhat piqued in trying to accomplish this. He'll give another nod to Polly, and then when he gets to Samhain, he'll raise his hand again. Samhain will just kind of like stare at it, then look up to his face. This happens like multiple times, and then Arlen will just go, okay. Well,
From
I have
behind the mayor, I'll like point at my open palm and like point at it for Samhain. Because I know Samhain's like super quiet and awkward because we went drinking together the other day.
Very nice.
Well, I have some paperwork I must attend to, since the life of a mayor is unending as far as that goes. So I must bid you all adieu. Have a good night, and I hope that your help in investigating is fruitful.
Yep.
And with that, he kind of just I wouldn't say usher, but he kind of just, you know,
Sits there and stops talking.
yeah,
We're obviously
really.
dismissed.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave first, and kind of just make my way to the front door.
Yep, and Nimin will kind of hurry towards the door also.
I will skip toward the door with my tiny, tiny bird feet.
After we reach outside, are there any like guards around his home?
Not inside the home, but once you exit the manor itself, there you'll notice that there's at least a couple guards that are patrolling down the street that the mayor's house is on. So you could tell it's a bit of a I wouldn't say too lax security, but they're at least keeping an eye on the place.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna wait till they're out of earshot, and I'll say,
Before they're out of earshot, I will wave at them pretty obviously cheerfully and say, "Be careful of the siren's song, boys. These be treacherous waters."
Nimin will just kind of look at Polly.
One of them will actually whisper to the other, "Oh shit, it's that Kenku again! Quick, just hurry."
"Oh, yeah." Once they're out of
Are these
earshot,
one of them the ones that responded to the not murder yesterday?
Yes, one of them happens to be so, considering his words.
Not murder.
Nice.
but yes, once they're out of earshot, I will say, we also we need to consider that this mayor is using us for his own ends. Be wary. If you wish, I can ask for sanctuary for all of you in the church. But that is up to you.
Everyone's out for their own ends. As long as there's coin, we don't matter where the wind blows.
Luna, are you coming with me?
I think I'll find a tavern for the night.
And
Be
appreciate the concern, sister, but I think I'll be making my way to my room.
When I say, by the way, be safe, when I say that to Luna, I kind of like look at Violet, and I look back at Luna.
Any reaction from Violet? Because that's quite easily noticeable.
I'm not
Yeah,
trying to hide it.
She's going to stick out her forked tongue and go about her own business.
But
Sharp
yes,
phrases among the crew lead to sharpened knives. Best nip it in the bud before there is mutiny.
love the way Polly talks. I really do.
You're very wise, Polly.
I realize there is one more question I wanted to ask the mayor, so I'm gonna head it back inside for a quick moment.
All right.
If that's
After
the case, I will wait for her outside.
all right. Then before anything else happens, I'll go through this. When you knock on the door, Arlen will say, "Come in," and then you're able to just go enter inside the office once more. Oh, what can I help you with?
Yes, I realize that no one asked this, but what was the name of the guard on duty for the gate duty? Yes, earlier today.
I completely forgot to mention that. I believe his name is Dexton. So he hasn't been with us for very long, at least I'd say 4 months, give or take. But seemed to be a nice, bright young lad. So
And where could I possibly find him if he's not on duty tomorrow?
well, like I said, if he's if he's not working at the gates, he's got two other positions. Either there is the watchtower at the northwest end of the city, and the southeastern watchtower as well. And if he's not at any of those, he must be on his free period, and he could be anywhere in the city at that point.
Perfect, thank you.
Not a problem. Is there anything else you needed?
Not at the moment, but if there is, I will contact you. And I'll
Not-
leave.
All right. He'll wave you off, and then yeah, you'll exit and go back outside to meet with Solaria. I assume would the party the rest of the party immediately be heading toward the inn that he was talking about before, that he was putting you guys up at?
Niman is.
Okay. Anyone else? So I know who's doing.
I'm definitely heading to stay at the nicest inn in the city. Like 100%.
Yeah, so am I.
Okay. Okay, so that's three.
Real quick, before you do that, Luna, sister, and I'll kind of brush her hair with my hand. I don't trust the tiefling, but I would you like you to stay with me and the other sisters tonight. If you wish to stay at the inn, I will accompany you, but I need to at least inform my superior about the situation.
Well, I do think staying at the inn for the night might be a good way to get some information, at least about the city.
That is a very smart move. Here, let's just stop by the church then real quick, and then I'll come with you.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. I'll go ahead and go with Solara and Lunaria going to the Order of the Raven Queen first, and then I'll have you guys heading to the tavern. You'll both be going your separate ways, of course, but I'll go through the interactions separately.
Yes.
So-
go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, Solaria will lead her sister over to the church itself that you reside at and are part of, and it's it's a very tall building, but it looks very old, like it's been there for few centuries, or who knows how long the city of Kor has been around, but yeah, the building itself very well kept. Want to say it's very, I wouldn't say Gothic architecture, but it's close to it, really. With instead of any gargoyles it might have, they're actually ravens as a symbol of the Order of the Raven Queen herself. there's the large wooden door that there is a priestess or two. You'll see going in and out periodically if you choose to like be observing for a few minutes or
Yeah,
so.
I'll just bow politely as we make our way in.
Mhm.
Make my way into the Mother Superior's office. I'm bringing Lunaria with me.
Okay.
Um, I will politely knock on the door and wait for an answer.
Enter.
Or I will open the door.
All right. Both Solaria and Lunaria will see an elven woman. I would say middle aged. Long white hair, kind of frayed about near the end at her forehead. It's she's about the same height as Solaria herself. Doesn't and lithe build. Not very burly, but yourself, Solaria, that she is actually a very well trained person. So if a scuffle ever did indeed come about, she'd be able to defend herself rather well.
I will kneel in front of her. Mother Superior.
She'll, play, give a gesture with her hand and telling Solaria to rise.
Uh, first
Welcome
and forem-
back.
Thank you. First and foremost, I would like to give a proper introduction. This is Lunaria, my long lost sister. I know you know of my story, but she's been found just today while I was doing my duties at the market. But here, this is a letter from the mayor. It seems that there is a darkness rising in this place. He asked me to assist the town with such a matter. And am seeking permission to leave the temple for a time to go on this journey.
She'll take the letter and open it up after undoing the seal, reading it, and you'll watch her eyebrows furrow like the more she reads on. Like, well, this is a bit disconcerting. Well, not that I've been apprised of the situation. You have permission to go along with this party that the mayor seems to have informed me of. Oh, and of course, it's very, very, very good news that your sister turns out to be alive and well. And then, by the way, I am Mother Superior Silla. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
Thank you, Mother Superior. And of course, any profit I receive will be given to the church.
We are very grateful. Also, if you happen to be put in any sort of situation where you need the assistance of the sisters or your sisters, you know how to contact us. Please,
Yes, of course.
try not to go over your head. Okay.
About that, there was information I received from a paladin. Pardon, a paladin of what, Larry?
The Selesnya Conclave.
A paladin of the Selesnya Conclave. There seems to be rumors of some type of vampire lord in the forests nearby. I was not aware of such a thing, so I thought you should know, mistress.
Her face will harden at the mention of a vampire so close to their city. Well, this is indeed something to be taken serious.
I will find out more information from this paladin, and I will report back to you.
Good. I will be awaiting your return on that then. In the meantime, I shall form a contingency to investigate the forest and see if we can't snuff out this vampire beforehand.
Yes, mistress. And I will bow, and we will head to the inn where everyone else is at.
Okay. Yeah, Sela will just give a polite nod in return after bowing, and just send you on your way. So, just for ease and convenience, I'll have you guys all appear at the tavern roughly at the same time.
I'm
This
from
one-
here, so I know the city streets better than they do.
Fair enough. The place itself is called the Ebony Lynx. And yeah, there's the reason why the mayor said this place was costly is certainly shown by just how nice the exterior of the inn itself is. Kind of towering. The sign itself is very finely crafted. Looks like it was it like whoever was commissioned to make it is both talented and they took a lot of time with the amount of detail. It is just a just a big I want to say, what are you doing, TJ?
Time to dance.
It's dance off. It's dance off time.
Oh no, did you redeem one of those?
He didn't. Alexi did.
Great time.
Anyway, yes, the sign is very very finely detailed. Just a large wooden carving of the aforementioned animal, kind of making look kind of in a I guess looking like it's about to pounce along like as the words of the name of the inn itself is placed underneath it. So when you guys enter inside, it is despite it being one of the more costly places, it is quite bustling. A lot of people inside, especially where the bar area is at. A lot of tables that are full. There's at least a few that are empty, but pretty much all of the others are packed with people from various races. There's dragonborn, elves, humans, dwarves, some goblins. Just some couple Goliaths. Just a very very varietal sort. The innkeeper himself is a Goliath as well. Very very tall. Like I'd say probably around 8.5 feet or so. He's very towering and imposing. Big and burly. Bald head with some tattoo-like markings. Starting from the center of his forehead to the back, looks kind of tribal. And no facial hair or anything, but his one of the most notable things he's got is the eye piercing red eyes he's got. Yeah, he's just he's manning the bar at the moment, serving some drinks, shouting out orders to the cook at the back of the in the kitchen, for whoever's ordering food and whatnot.
I'll go take an empty spot at the bar if there is any, and
Follow.
Yeah, same.
I'll pull like down my cloak and everything like that, so it reveals like my hair and everything like. And I will take a look at the menu.
All right.
I'm just kind of staring at her wolf ears.
Did you want to touch them?
Is this because of what happened?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It was a long time ago. Anyways, we have to focus.
Yeah, I'll turn to the bartender and say, "Man, that was some show tonight. Did you catch it?"
No, I've been busy.
Oh, well,
I mean, he'll gesture to the amount of people that are sitting at the bar. It's like, fucking kidding me?
right, right. Well, say, you know anything about the guy who was performing?
No, I've been in here all night. I heard some tale of
Damn everything to damn
some
cough.
some stupid concert, but yeah, didn't get a lot of details. By the way, what's a gnome like you doing around doing in core? We don't really he'll actually inspect your armor for a moment or two. Don't really get many U types in armor like that.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely one of a kind. But I'm here in town on official business. Here's some
Eh,
stuff's been going on in the forest, and gonna be checking it out.
eh, stuff sounds like it's over my head. Anyway, you here to drink? If not, go take a seat or some. One of the waitresses will get you your food if you're gonna order or anything. I got people I gotta be attended to. At that
This is
very moment, a rather raucous dwarf will kind of slam a tankard he is using on the bar counter and order for a drink.
Is this the same place that is this like the bar in the inn that we're supposed to be staying at?
Yeah, it's a yes, it is. You guys are already in the inn that the mayor mentioned before. Yes.
Sick. That's. I will definitely like slide up to the bar with like a little, and then just like I'll point to what the dwarf slammed down and say one for me in that gravelly tone.
All right. 8 copper.
8 copper. And then I'll nod and I'll kind of sigh to myself, and then I'll count out 8 copper. And I'll hope that the beer at this place is better than the other one. Otherwise, I'm gonna go back to the other place eventually.
Oh, it's actually very nice. As far as grog goes, I wouldn't say the best, but it's definitely up there for you because you've been around assuredly, and you've definitely had your share of booze. So you have a very discerning taste as far as alcohol goes. This one, very tasty, nice.
I'll order one as well and order some food. And in the meantime, I will sit there and kind of like focus and see if I can hear anything amongst the chatter.
All right, yeah. There is a redheaded waitress that a human that'll come up to your table. She has kind of a low cut top that is mainly more for like trying to draw the eye of more the male demographic of customers. But if it can catch a woman, then have her spend some money. All the power. More the power to him. Anyway, she'll just take your order, or at least go up to you like, "Hello, what can I get for you?"
What do you recommend?
Food. I don't. Wow. Oh, you mean what I would eat? Well, the meals will range. We have quite a few gourmets, or just some entree platters as well. Um, I'm going out of the accent that I was trying to do, but oh well, fuck it. Uh, and she'll point at the on your menu, like at the specific ones she's talking about. We have a lot of chicken meals. There's the beef stew is notably widely regarded as one of the finer ones we've got. There is the rack of ribs. Yeah, and she'll just go through like just a ton of different options, basically. Just tell me what it is. She just wants to tell her what it is you're hankering for, and yeah, more than likely it'll be on the menu since there's a lot of variety there.
Okay. I'll be very. I would probably say something. Oh, fudge. I'll take the beef stew
Okay,
and grog.
okay, easy enough. Anyone else?
I think I'll have the beef stew as well.
Okay, 2 beefers. What was that, Rhiannon?
Ribs.
Okay, an order of ribs. Anything else?
I'll take the
Oh,
chicken
look at
and
that.
also some grug.
Okay, one of the one of the chicken meals. She'll write down. Solari, are you getting anything? TJ.
I am not.
Okay.
I am being very quiet. I'm watching it for anything weird, and then if anyone looks at my sister, I look at them.
I will say when the tiefling orders the chicken meal, I'll kind of give her like a little bit of a side eye, like not sure if you're saying something or saying nothing. It's kind of funny.
It's just like a very, yeah, I know what it is you're eating, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I like it. Samhain will just get a like what it look on the menu. There's just a big picture of a leg of lamb. Really, it just looks. It's like you see the bones, sticking out at the end of it, along with some other fixings on the plate in the picture. So and he'll get that, as well as some booze because if Polly is drinking, he'll drink too.
May I?
Probably serious drinker too. He just puts his beak in the tankard almost all the way up to his nostrils, and he just.
Oh, sorry. While we're waiting, may I roll a perception to see if I can pick anything out?
Okay, go ahead and roll then.
And if she doesn't get
25.
anything, can I roll an Arcana to see if there's any like lingering magic?
I mean, you could go ahead and roll that as well, and then
Well, I'm asking because I would
I'll
need
explain.
you to.
You can go ahead and roll. You mean you're doing this in reaction to what if she sees anything out of?
I'm still doing it, but I need your
Oh,
help.
right. I'm sorry. I forget all the time, just like TJ. Arcana. Yes. A 9. Wait, I rolled twice. Why did it roll twice? The first one done. So that's a 20 for in total with your Arcana. With Lunaria first, since she rolled first. In the tavern itself, the only really things of only people of note that you'll see is maybe like a couple humans that are just sitting in the corner to themselves, not like kind of drinking quietly, and not and they're making conversation with each other, but because you could see their lips moving and everything, but due to the everyone else pretty much having a grand old time, you aren't able to make anything out. But from how their expressions appear, it seems that whatever their business they are discussing seems to be rather serious in nature.
Okay, I'll make note of that. Are they near any restrooms or something I can walk past to see if I can get closer?
Yeah, like their table actually happens to be on the way to the restrooms themselves, which are divided, by gender, of course. Um, so like they're kind of along the same wall that where the restrooms are, but in a corner adjacent to it, really.
Okay. I guess I will excuse myself from the table for a little bit and slowly make my way over there to see if I can kind of get any glimpses of their conversation.
I
Okay.
follow.
Beforehand, with the Arcana check, Desara, you notice that with those same couple human people talking to themselves, you'll at least you don't notice them specifically, but kind of a magical signature coming in their general area.
Hmm. I'm going to bump the gnome on the shoulder and quietly ask him, "Hey, Shorty, do you know how to identify magic?"
Um, don't believe so, but let me check.
Out of character, Jeff, if you concentrate on the lingering magic, you can find out what school it is.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't really do that quite yet. I am still a paladin in training, you see.
Well, I'll just go and try and concentrate and discern it.
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and make you a another Arcana check just to see how easy you're able to go with that. Then a 13. Okay. So the type of magic appears to um sorry, just trying to think. So it's seems to be some sort of a conjuration magic, really. Like it's not really something natural that you can see, but since you can't actually see the objects, you're not able to actually tell what it is that is actually giving off that signature, or what the object it is that these humans seem to be in possession of.
I just know that they have something.
Yes, like they have something. Since your table is kind of like your vision is obscured because of all the people inside the tavern itself. It's just your innate magical sense that you're able to tell, what type of magic being is coming from those two people, really.
Hmm.
I mean, unless you try to do what Lunaria and Solaria, or mainly Lunaria, but are doing it, and try to get like an up close view of or try to eavesdrop on them, then yeah, that's
Well, I can imagine.
all the information you
I,
can get now.
yeah, I can imagine that I can see them looking at the same people that I just noticed.
Lunaria and Solaria.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see them heading in the same direction. So
I don't want to blow their cover, so I'm gonna stay here and try and covertly let the gnome and the bird and the goblin boy know. Like, yeah, they're going after them because there's something arcane going on over there.
Oh, well, thanks for the heads up. I'll definitely keep an eye over in that direction.
all right,
And I'll
so
kind of
as
perk up and stretch, looking over there as stealthily as I can.
The group he pointed out, like, what does it look like their point in being here today is? Like, are they here to revel or what?
the
Should I make an insight
the
check or something?
the two people that are talking, are you talking about them?
Yeah, the ones that we're supposed to keep an eye on.
Well, it was more Lunaria noticing, whatever business they're talking about is like at least somewhat important to them, just from their demeanor and how they're kind of just keeping to themselves, really. Polly, by depending on how many drinks he's gone through at this point,
I'm still
might not
probably
be
on my first.
okay. Uh, then you would at least notice Solaria and Lunaria looking quite with Solaria. I didn't have her roll a perception, so it's more
So
of a
I'm following Lunaria just to make sure she's staying safe.
right.
Yeah, and you know, if she goes into
Or
the bathroom, I will lean against the wall just beside the bathroom. I'm basically playing her bodyguard right now.
got it. So at least you noticed Lunaria going up and appearing to be both concerned and looks to be trying looking like she's gonna go figure something out, really. Um, and so for Lunaria, when she ends up getting closer to the two people, two humans, one is an older man, the other is much younger, like early 20s, while the older one kind of in his 40s around there. And they kind of look very similar, so you can guess that they're very closely related, like father and son, as they're talking to each other.
Do they
Yeah.
have any tools of their trades on them by any chance? Not necessarily weapons, but like sailor pins and stuff like that, or toolkits. You know, if they're craftsmen, that sort of thing.
Nothing of that sort. They appear to just be regular civilians with their clothing. Just uh, thin white shirts, kind of work clothy type looking garments, and pants and decent enough shoes that look the bottoms of which appear to have like some dried mud. But yeah, they just kind of look just civilian like workmen, really. Nothing very incredibly discerning, really, from their clothing, unfortunately.
Just quietly told, basically, that there's something magical going on with them, or that's what the tiefling was trying to get across to me.
They have the tiefling says that there's something magical in nature from their direction, because that's at least what she can sense. She just can't pinpoint it because she doesn't have a clear visual, and that's all her senses were able to pick up was the type of magic as well.
Something that I'd like to do, Stephen, is as I hit the middle of the room, I'm going to use my class feature Eyes of the Grave, which will, as an action, my eyes will flash a kind of a purple color. As I get to know the location of any undead within 60 feet that isn't behind total cover and isn't protected from divination magic until the end of my turn.
So you're basically just detecting to see if if they are undead.
If there's any undead within 60 feet, and that's why I'm doing it when I hit the center of the room as I'm crossing the room, following Lunaria towards the restroom, and basically as I kind of in mid stride, as I hit the middle, I'm going to activate that. I assume 60 feet covers most of the tavern.
Yeah, covers pretty like damn good amount of it. Yes. So hmm. The Did you have to does it say you have to make any sort of roll with that
No,
spell?
I know it's not a spell, it's a class feature. I just know their location. So for example, if anything in here is undead, I can see it as an undead.
Okay. Well, the two men themselves are not undead. Hmm. But give me a hmm. If it's just a class feature that automatically does it. Yeah, there's nothing of an undead nature within that range around you.
Okay. I can do that a bunch more times, but I just wanted to check.
Okay. Let me get to this since Lunaria is trying to eavesdrop, or at least I'm assuming what you're trying to do as you get near the restaurant.
As much as I can without, looking suspicious.
Okay, so the older of the two, the father that you assume, is looking kind of pensive and as can you make another perception check for me really quick? Just because it is, like I've said before, it is kind of rowdy in the tavern. So the words themselves appear kind of broken. Not as he's talking, but you're kind of like only hearing snippets of what he's talking about. Um, you'll just hear him mentioning the words warehouse. He'll say business, and it's a good, easy job are the main things you're able to hear before. Let me roll something. Well, I guess he'll just keep talking because he doesn't notice you still like hanging around a bit trying to eavesdrop. Um, and in that case, he will mention like a lot of gold, and just we just have to like we're playing it safe is the next phrase that before the occupants at one of the tables nearby has just like a raucous laughter after like one of the orc people that are drinking with his buddies tells like some humorous joke or some such, and yeah, they don't appear to be calming down anytime soon.
I see. Okay. I will go into the restroom and like take care of my business and head out, and then we'll try one more time if I can to see if I can pick up any more things on my way out. I won't be as slow though. I'll try to move like a little bit faster.
Once again, bodyguarding it up, leaning
Right.
against the wall,
Right.
arms crossed.
One more perception check from you, please. Nat 20. Okay. Um, so as you're walking back to your table, you spot the father like reaching into one of his pockets, and pulling out some sort of it looks it's a small rectangular object, and with that roll, you're able to tell it's a harmonica, um, very finely crafted, gold inlay, with like a brown kind of like wood type uh, appearing finish in the center. Besides, the actual parts of the harmonica itself. With that sense, like the way the younger one is looking at it, he's both he's intrigued, and then when the father like puts it up to his mouth and like plays like a single note, you'll notice the son's eyes kind of like glaze over. Doesn't They don't glow or anything, but just a single note, and yeah, the son's eyes glaze over for like, I don't know, good few seconds before, like, he just shakes his head all of a sudden and appears like he's looking around and just looks like he just came out of something. Um, and yeah, that's all you'll see.
Okay. I'll make my way back to the table and inform the party of what I saw and heard. So, I'm not gonna I'm gonna be very subtle about this at that point, but there seems to be some people in that corner near the restrooms that something about a warehouse and lots of money, and they had an harmonica, and like it had a similar effect to what that vinyl violinist does. I think
Really?
we should keep an eye out for them.
Oh, a warehouse. I think I might know where a warehouse is.
Well,
Oh,
do tell.
Well, when I first got here, I found a very seedy warehouse in a very shady part of town, and I can show you all where it is. Last time I
what
was
were you
there,
doing in that part of town?
what do you think I was doing in that part of town?
And I'll just cock an eyebrow.
Ladies, can't we all relax? We're supposed to be working together here.
Never.
Oh, and definitely by this point, the food has gone back to your tables. Served to the to everyone of their individual orders, and like any refills of alcohol, the waitress makes sure to do that before moving on to another table.
Yep. And then I will offer Soul a little bit of stew.
Also tear off
I,
like 2 ribs and like put them on a napkin and slide them over.
I will eat a very small amount.
Yeah, Nimon's
I'm
having a
gonna
good
roll
time, so he's gonna scarf his down.
I'm gonna show the party why how birds are actually omnivores and some of them are carnivores. I'm gonna strip those ribs clean with my sharp as fuck beak.
Just look over at Polly. Wow, look at him go.
There, yeah. Even a few people of at the nearby tables are looking at Polly and just kind of like are horrifyingly impressed at just how quick you're putting away those ribs.
Not.
Even if it's super gross looking, I am unfazed.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
not
got
gonna
to
lie.
ask.
Super fascinating.
Are you particularly messy? Like, is it getting all over your beak?
Oh no. No, it's not like all like definitely the end of my beak would definitely have some stuff on it, but like vultures when they eat, they aren't like messy. And I'm imagining this is very like vulture like. Just you realize, oh wow, beaks are built for piercing and tearing flesh, aren't they?
Okay, that changes the way Nimon is looking at you entirely. Like, I am uh, amazed at how quickly and efficiently you're eating and just keeping yourself together.
Is he like standing on the table?
Not on the table, but on his seat. Yes.
Like a kid at watching a circus show or something. Very impressive, and you just can't keep your eyes away from it.
Hmm.
While I'm eating, I'm gonna make sure to show off my fangs.
If
Make-
bird mouths could smile, you'd have the sense that Polly would be smiling at you too. Just kind of does this ever so slight nod of respect of the other predator at the table.
Yes, mutual respect both ways.
Yes, but I have perhaps 1 or 2 bites of any food given to me.
All right. I suppose from there, you all will finish your meals, with enough time. And the people at the tables at the tavern, some of them are leaving at this point. But since business doesn't seem to be slowing down at this hour, more people are also just coming in as well as taking seats and keeping the waitress and staff busy.
If I recall, it was very late, as it was, and we've probably been doing at this for a few hours.
I don't think it would take you a few hours to eat.
No, what I mean is since the start of since right after the concert, because that was at nighttime, and it's probably been like 2-3 hours.
Yeah, like
At this
talking
point,
with the
yeah,
mayor
I'd
and
say
everything.
like maybe, yeah, I'd say maybe a couple hours after the since the concert itself has passed. So night has definitely come, but I wouldn't say it's extremely late. Like I would say more maybe 10 p.m.
That's what I was thinking.
this point. Yeah.
Okay.
I will draw a note on a napkin and take it up to like whoever the concierge is at the desk, and drawn on it is a really big hot tub with like a little like cheapy Kenku in it, just looking happy at how hot the water is. And I'll point at the napkin and look at the concierge meaningfully.
The concierge is just a dark-haired human woman. Just kind of, looking at the drawing and Polly himself. Yeah, I can make sure the baths are ready if you choosing to go in. What room are you? Polly
I'll
will
provide whatever information I have.
yeah, since this hasn't come up really just yet, Polly, you'll remember that no one's really mentioned the fact that the mayor is putting you up at the tavern just yet.
I'll look at the
Like
rest of the
it just
party, and I'll look at the gnome, and I'll kind of wave him over, be like, just flap my hand at him.
And I'll head over to Polly. What you need, friend?
I'll point at the concierge lady, and I'll like, what is your room number?
Oh, I see, I see. Well, we haven't exactly been given room numbers, but we were talking to the mayor earlier, and he's mentioned putting us up for the night here at the inn.
Oh, okay. So I guess I can go ahead and do that. So are you each going to be taking your own individual room, and then I could bill him for
I believe
the
so.
services rendered?
Most of us aren't too close with each other. I believe a couple of us are family, but for the most part, we're fairly newly acquainted.
Okay.
I can
Well,
share a crow's nest bird.
Yeah, besides the hair color difference and my multiple scars and the fact that Lunaria is a wolf girl, we look very, very similar.
all right. Well, if that's the case, I could set up a room for the two sisters, I'm assuming. And then Sawan will actually go up to Polly like, um, yeah, I'd assume Sam that you'd want to share a room with Polly since you two seem to have
And
clicked.
Samhain's muddy too, right? So I'll hold up my napkin and hold it up to Samhain and be like, point to Samhain, point at the tub, point at me.
Simon will look kind of excited and go, just to kind of mimic the sound.
Mimic the mimic.
Nice.
Sister, I think we should head
Yeah,
to our room before this gets weird.
Hey, we're just two bros in a hot tub 5 feet apart for no particular reason.
You? You?
yeah. What's up? Just a couple of bathing buddies.
Two bros sitting in a hot tub, sitting 5 feet apart because it's not gay.
Also, my bird, like Polly actually wears very few articles of clothing. Just I pretty much only wear a fucking loincloth or maybe some trousers. The rest of it's just mud.
It's like, bruh, you have not lived until you splashed bubble water at your bro. All right.
It's true. And also he's really muddy. I'm really muddy. We're probably gonna save at least one tub for this hotel. Or whatever poor bastard has to clean up after us.
All right then. So,
I
from
mean, it's
what the
better than just
concierge
casting a net
understands,
into the sea and all
I
like
swear
10
to
of us.
God, if it's a communal bath and me and my sister show up to bathe and we end up having a fucking hot springs episode, I swear to God.
well, I've got some bad news for you. I'm kidding. No, so the concierge, as far as she understands it, is Solaria and Lunar are sharing a room. So are Sowen and Polly and the rest are going to have their own individuals.
Yep.
Is that okay? So she'll get some keys from underneath the desk, give them to each of you, and to the ones who are sharing a room, each of you get your own copy. And so we only require that you not make too much of a mess of the rooms. If the furniture or any or the beddings are left in shambles, then we
Bill
leave
to
that
the mayor.
right. We are a bit more strict in that nature. We would have the responsibility of that be more up to you, since the mayor is nice enough to do such a things as this every so often, but yes, the actual actions of the uh, occupants themselves, we make sure that everything is in order upon their leave, and if not, then they have to deal with our boss.
My sister and
Don't
I will
break
not
our
take advantage
kneecaps.
of this kindness. Thank you.
What? Sorry. Say that again, TJ.
My sister and I will not take advantage of your kindness. Thank you.
Ah. Well, and she'll notice your garb as a member of the Order of the Raven Queen, and just nod respectfully. I appreciate that. Thank you. Always glad to have a member of your order in as one of our guests.
Thank you. If you need prayers done, please let me know.
That I shall. And yeah, you all have your room keys and are set to either hit the hay or if you choose to do anything else, please make it known.
I'm
I
going to be a very clean burb.
Yep.
I will make my way back to the bartender real fast and kind of like give him like a hefty tip and ask if he could
Follow.
if he could make note of when the people that we marked earlier of when they leave or if they're going up to their rooms or something like that. I will slide him. Hold on a second.
Yeah. Also, just as a point of description, Solaria is never more than 5 feet away from Lunaria because
Who dropped?
paranoia.
Let's see.
It was Jeff.
It was Jeff. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
No one important.
Fixed. Sorry, I went quiet for a
I
second.
will slide 2 gold his way, and if it doesn't look like it's enough, I'll slide another one.
Yeah, the 2 gold, the concierge will go like, well, I couldn't possibly give out any like private information to any of the guests that are staying here at the Ebony Links. And when you slide in the third one, she'll, look side to side, make sure no one's looking. But I suppose,
All I'm asking is if they leave or if they just return to their room, not any more than that.
I can do that. And yeah, she'll take the gold. Please, notate the change as far as what you have in your coin purse there.
Done and done.
Cool.
Sister, would you like to take a bath before we head in for the night?
Yes, that would be lovely.
When later on, when Lunaria and Solaria enter the bath section, they'll see Samhain and Polly having a grand old time in the bubble bath. I'm kidding. No, there's private baths. To reach their own I'd say there is more of a like a privatized section of baths. Like there's multiple rooms that
Right.
any
It's like
guests are able to
a
go in,
bath
but
area, but they're all
yeah,
private sections. I get you.
yeah, like it's separated from the actual rooms, but there are actual normal bathrooms inside their the rooms themselves, but none of them have any showers or bathtubs because that's what the private section is for. They like to give a very unique experience as far as that goes.
I'll make sure to bucket most of my mud off before I actually get in the bath. That's the polite thing to do.
Yeah. So you four will bathe yourselves quite do your thing. What are the others doing while they're getting cleaned?
I
Is
am going to
Nimin
be
just gonna
acquainting myself with my room
okay?
because it has been
Since
a
it's
long day for me.
right. Well, when you get inside yours, all the rooms will be looking alike, but yeah, this is probably like the fanciest in room you've seen in your life. And the difference would be like you've stayed at the Selesnya Conclave your entire life. Um, but and the beauty of that is that you were always surrounded by nature. Like everything was made out of something from around you, like bark the from stools to what the railings of your beds was always made of, like finely crafted wood oak from the tree itself that you stayed in. Leaves were woven together for any sort of sheets. Linens from that are crafted, for clothing and such. So basically, you'd lived with that all your life, and then you go into this room, and it's pretty much the complete opposite, where it's like the carpet underneath that makes up the floor is looks like it's well kept, like quite frequently, like it from almost pristine. Very it's kind of short, soft to walk on, and looks easily stainable if you were to drop a liquid onto it, but there doesn't seem to be any stains that you see immediately. It's you know as clean as a whistle, and your bed is huge. Like it's since your short stature, like even just like a normal like anything bigger than a twin really would dwarf you, and this one is a queen sized mattress. So you're like if you were to sit in the center,
There's
of
room
this
for still
large
like six
rectangular
more of
bed,
me.
that and probably more depending on just like how you situate yourselves, if that were to be a thing. So yeah, you've got a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah, I'm kind
For
of just
your
going to be taking note of everything in my room and marveling at the craftsmanship and the amazing work that's been put into it.
yeah, it's a very impressive, nice place. You could understand easily as to why it is. The mayor said that it staying here could be rather costly, um, but you're also able to see why it is anyone would want to stay here as well, because it looks very very nice.
Yeah, Nimen's definitely getting the impression that it's definitely worth like every gold that you would spend on a room like this.
Yeah, definitely for sure. So yeah, while you're doing that, let's see. Desara, are you doing anything in particular?
Not really. She was debating joining the bird and the goblin child in the bath, but probably not.
Fair enough. Then I'll assume you just go up to your room and kind of just settle in, not immediately going to bed, but kind of getting comfortable, like as if you're about to then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and once everyone is the four that are bathing are done, washing themselves and head to their rooms. Yeah, you guys choose to. I'm guessing you guys are just choosing to rest from then on for the night.
Indeed. Once again, a flavor thing. Before I go to bed, I spend 2 hours praying over my weapons, armor, and holy symbol, and then I go to bed. And then when I go to sleep, it literally looks like I'm dead. I lie with my arms crossed over my chest, and I go completely still, and I become cold.
Creepy.
I'm gonna poke him.
Thank you.
Or, I mean,
Yep, I don't budge.
Alrighty then. So you'll all rest probably like the best rest you've had in a while. And you'll wake up. You know, I'd like everyone actually to roll a. I'll go ahead and put that under a con just to see who wakes up first. Just a con check.
like a con save?
Just a con check, not a save. Nimmons knocked the fuck out.
Yep. Early to bed, early to rise, something.
Yeah, when
I'm
there's
asleep
smoke,
like the dead. I got the same number Nimmin did.
More like early to bed, never to rise.
How about Samhain? When does Samhain wake up?
Yes, I need to roll for Samhain. Give me a moment. Did it roll? Did not. And
Oh god.
I also need to roll for Desara. I just realized.
Dead to the world. Yay.
Desara is the one that wakes up first. Then.
Damn it, the early bird almost got born.
Almost, Polly.
Why you do this, Rhiannon?
Why I play a Kinku, so I can.
Okay. So Nimin and Samhain are knocked out. They're just snoring loudly for Polly, who shared the room. Nimin's kind of just like flayed about on the bed and just snoring very loudly. Like just it looks like it almost as if a force of nature will wake him up.
You know what? That makes me feel like nostalgic because my captain was a Goliath. So I'm just there listening to the dulcet tones that remind me of the roaring crash of the waves on the beachhead, and also the just obnoxiously loud snores of my captain. And I'll tuck Samhain in, make sure they're all warm and stuff, make a nice nest, like build up my blankets around them in like a circle and shit. And then I'll go to the corner of the room and I'll just start applying my mud for the day. Now that my feathers are all dry, I'll probably spend quite a bit of time like going through them with my beak, making sure they're nicely fluffed before I like carefully apply mud to certain ones of them for my tribal paintings and stuff like that.
Yeah, once Samhain is properly tucked in, he'll kind of just like smile contentedly as he digs into the covers of it, and then that's when like he just like his snoring begins and just
Just like Captain used to snore. It's perfect.
I'll try to wake up Soul. If when she doesn't wake up, I'll kind of like make sure she's okay, and then head downstairs for some breakfast and to see if I can bring something back up for her.
There is a very faint pulse.
It's concerning.
But by the time she comes back up, I'll be awake and be doing morning prayers.
All right.
There's a zombie
So,
among us.
And one more thing,
you
I'll
don't
check.
you don't want to say that to her.
I'm
Oh.
gonna check in with my contact.
If I'm awake enough for that pre-continental breakfast early enough in the morning, I'll definitely go get some of that. These muffins will not know what's coming for them.
You mean those scrambled eggs?
I don't
So
know.
for
We're in a nice enough place. They might do free omelets.
You like okay
But is that
with
like
eggs, Polly?
cannibalism? Yeah.
Birds definitely eat other birds' eggs and stuff like that, but I'll definitely be looking at it like with a suspicious eye and be like,
You gotta discern that it's not.
Kenku.
yeah. I'll make sure, and if they only offer omelets, I'll eat the omelet, but I'll like unwrap the omelet and just
they'll,
eat the
they'll have
inside.
they'll have pancakes and waffles as well, depending on your preference. Besides like omelets, there's a lot of it's a standard array of like gourmet breakfast meals.
What I need to roll intelligence.
I'll be sure to point out which ones have eggs.
I'm smart enough to know that both pancakes and waffles require egg.
I will team up with Kenku and he'll point out everything that has eggs in it.
I will avoid eggs and I will avoid poultry, but everything else is free game. I don't give a shit about those other things, but if it's avian, I don't want it unless
So
I'm
the
desperate.
fruit and the bacon, basically.
Fruit, bacon, sausage, pretty dang good. Thank you.
Well, they'll have also like
Ooh, and like
ham
a granola.
ham
Granola's
sandwiches.
Really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll have ham sandwiches, some snack bars that for people in a quick rush to leave or something like that because they've had that happen before. But yeah, they'll have something to fit your palate if you choose to abstain from anything that includes eggs.
Yeah, preferably. I mean,
So,
I can eat it, and I probably have eaten in the past when things were really desperate, but I have a choice here, so I'm not gonna.
Fair enough. So I heard Lunaria earlier saying that you wanted to go to the concierge to see, talk, try and get info about the two people you were asking about. Yes. Okay. So when you go up to the concierge, it's the same woman as before. And when you're actually going through the tavern itself, you'll notice that it's quite empty, not nearly as busy as it was last night. With a few people sitting at the tables, just like looking exhausted and nursing hangovers. So when you go up to the concierge, she'll, give you an expression of recognition in her eyes, and just go. The two people you were talking about left about an hour ago. I couldn't. All I could see is that they headed north from here, but that's about it.
That sounds good. Thank you.
My pleasure.
I guess after that, I'll head back upstairs if Soul hasn't come down yet.
Yeah, she hasn't come down just yet. So yeah, you'll go back to up to your room, see Soul. She's actually doing her her own ritual as far as prayers go, and very much more alive than what you were worried about when you went to go down and see the concierge.
I'll offer you some breakfast.
I once again only eat like 1 or 2 bites.
I will shove more food down your throat.
Sister, I don't eat as much as I used to due to my condition.
Affliction. Fair. She just like grabs like a plate of food and just like shoves it down your throat.
Sister, please.
Maybe not that rough, but yes.
Trying to make some foie gras.
When she pleads for me to stop, I'll just kind of grumble a little and finish it off.
But yes, 1 or 2 bites, maybe 3, if I'm particularly hungry.
Hungry.
For
You just,
lack of a
I
better
guess,
word.
yeah, you'll get more of it's a sense of emptiness, but you don't actually get any hunger pains or anything. It's just something that your body is telling you that it needs some form of sustenance. So it's not.
If I
It's
do
just
feel more empty than usual, I actually will eat a decent amount.
right. But since you normally don't do that, it's just yeah, just a sense of emptiness you feel anytime you are slightly peckish.
Since
That's
I'm
about it.
since I'm getting sense of kinship from Lunaria, because Lunaria's been watching my back and stuff like that, I'll kind of look at her sister, and I'll say, "Does the baby bird need help eating?"
No,
I love the backstory of him knowing how to say that.
right.
I had a captain that took care of me since I was a baby. This is some old memories I'm pulling from.
Holly, I apologize. Am closer to death than most, shall we say?
I'll grumble the first word. Verts are always 1 foot in the grave.
And I'll just nod.
Not much you can say to that, really. All right. Samhain, I'm gonna go with what Sam wants her character to do since I'm reading the Twitch chat. At the word of omelets being spoken or given how much he kind of likes eating food, especially nice food. He'll wake up and head downstairs, wipes his face somehow to get like these smears of black on his cheeks before going down and having his fill after getting served a big plate full of ham and cheese omelets at one of the tables. Yeah, and he's kind of bit of a messy eater, but that's about it. So Lunari will probably have seen after getting like the info from the concierge, kind of have seen Samhain okay, sausage omelets instead of anything with eggs. According to Sam, since Polly does not, since Samhain does not want to like insult Polly in some way. Yeah, Lunari will see Samhain like gorging himself with the omelets he was served. And yeah. So from there, you're like you Lunara shared the info with Solaria. That's correct. After eating and stuff. TJ, you're muted.
I am already prepared. I have my armor and my reliquary ready, my shield on my arm, and I'll knock on the doors of the others and get them at least awake. And I'll say, if someone responds on their door, I'll say, "We have information. Let's go."
All right. And then
Yes,
when
even do knock on the devil woman's door.
so for the sake of just speeding this up a bit, since we're about to hit the 2 hour mark, and I need to find a stopping point because I do need sleep for tomorrow. You all will ready yourselves, get your gear on, and head out of the inn after making sure everything was in order, paying whatever you owed for your drinks at the previous night for whoever did drink. And once you're you're all outside, ready to go. You all determinedly walk toward the direction of the two men that the concierge pointed for Lunaria the previous night. And from there, I'm gonna go ahead and call this session.
Sweet.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, great game, guys.
I think we
Yeah, I
got
had
a
a lot
pretty
of fun
solid
getting
group
to know everybody's
dynamic down
characters
now.
more.
Yeah, nothing actiony at the moment. But it considering where you guys are going, that's going to be changing soon.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize, Jeff. It's because you're a devil woman.
Oh, I know.
We're in a
Don't
devil
worry.
woman.
It's
We can be
great.
friends.
It's great storytelling.
I mean, yeah, like not every relationship between party
So
members
nice.
has to be,
Just
Yeah.
just saying, it's
starting
kind
out
of
the
funny.
greatest.
I'll spoil it a little bit. That is that is not a benefactor. That is a nuisance in her head.
That's a very, very light term you're using
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Once I get Zone of Truth, trust, I'm going to try to find out as much as I can.
I'll one of the jars that are suspended from Polly's waist, I will definitely offer to Samhain, because I noticed Samhain likes also being muddy. If nothing else, I will definitely do some war paint on Samhain's cheeks and have him match my war paint, because we are now crewmates. If necessary.
Kindred spirits, from the get-go.
Hey.
All right. Well, I hope everyone had a good time watching the stream. For any that was here, Sam, I was at least glad to have you in the Twitch chat to see what you would want someone to do for your character. And hopefully next time that your internet won't be such a bitch, and that you can actually join us in voice
It won't be
and
poop.
camera.
Sam like muddy boys, TJ says. But
Right.
So yeah, from there, go ahead and hit him with the socials, Lay.
yeah, big thank you to everyone that showed up for the stream. Don't forget to follow at tsqueezes and at is it the Dire DM? I always get confused on Twitter.
It's the Dire DM. Yes.
Okay, yeah. At tsqueezes and at the Dire DM on Twitter. And if there was anything that you missed from the stream, you can check the VOD that will be uploaded to YouTube. Just search Dire DM there. It will be uploaded somewhere between 24 hours and a week from now. So yeah, definitely keep your eyes open.
On Wednesday nowadays.
Okay, so yeah, check for it around Wednesday, and yeah, don't forget you can join the Discord by clicking the banner down below. Both those places I notify when I go live, and have a great night, everyone. Hope to see you tomorrow.
Woo.
All right. Yep. Hope everyone had a good time, and next week will be Demonfall for anyone that's keeping up to this. So
Yeah, finally we'll get to find out what happened with my cliffhanger when you guys were attacked.
All right. Adios, everyone.
Bye.
See you next time.